Good morning. It's Tuesday, July 23rd. And I'm sure by now most of you know that Joe Biden has dropped out of the race. And Joe Biden has recommended that Kamala Harris take his place on the ballot. And of course, the first person to fire shots at this announcement is ex-President Donald Trump, who declared, imagine he declared, that Joe Biden was the worst president we ever had. Well, according to the rankings that I've seen, Joe Biden ranks about 15th on the list of presidents. And Donald Trump is nowhere near that on the list of presidents. Donald Trump was by far a much worse president than Joe Biden. And what's the first thing that Trump does? He doesn't congratulate Kamala Harris, a human being does, like a fair fighter does. He orders his troops to go find out all the dirt they can about Kamala Harris. And then he has the nerve to suggest that the next debate be moved to a different station. Get rid of ABC. Let's go on Fox News. Now, if I'm the Democratic candidate, so I tell Trump to go stick it. We're not going to debate. We're not prepared to give you any more publicity than you already have. You're on your own, but speak your deep and dark and ugly thoughts to the press. Stand alone and spout your crap. And Trump's team is planning a series of negative advertisements going after Harris's record, not only under the Biden administration, but back to the time that she was a student, back to the time she was a prosecutor, back to the time she was Attorney General in California. Trump's campaign and his allies also plan to argue that Harris is the person in the administration responsible for the crisis at the border, because in their scheme of things, that's a very important GOP message this year. But I don't want to talk about Donald Trump as a president. I want to talk about Donald Trump as an a-hole. He doesn't deserve to be on any ballot. This is a man who has 34 convictions against him. Legal convictions. And only because of the ass-kissing Supreme Court has he found some leeway to talk about some of the things he talks about. So why am I wasting time talking about Donald Trump, who's bad for this country, whose actions are a disgrace in this country? But 40 or 50% of the people agree with him. What does that say about us? And why is he wasting his time right now? Because Kamala is not the candidate yet. The Democrats haven't declared her to be the candidate. She's got another 10 people that they are now looking at. So until the Democratic convention declares that Kamala Harris is the candidate, Trump will be wasting his time. Supposing she doesn't get the nomination, then all of his effort will have been wasted. He should just say whatever he has to say and go about his business instead of commanding an army of people to do his dirty work. But enough about that. Biden bowed out. That's what we should be talking about. A very smart decision and a very agonizing decision. I know about things because I worked beyond retirement age. And I recognize that at certain points you start to lose it a little bit. You're not as sharp as you used to be. You still can do the job, but you can't do it as quickly and concisely as you used to. And so you have to look in the mirror and say, you know what? It's time for some younger person to take your spot. or some maybe more intelligent than you are take your spot. But there comes a time in everyone's life that one has to move on. And so Biden took a long time to reach that decision, and it must have been a very painful decision for him, because I am sure that he loved his work, and his work is tough and challenging in spite of what many people think about it. And you cannot satisfy everybody when you have a job like that. When I was running a company, I had similar situations. I would have to make decisions that many of the other management team didn't want to make or were against. So when you're in positions like that, you have to do what you think is right. And if you're not right often enough, then you should be gone. But Biden did a good job as president. But unfortunately, physically he has lost it. And so now he must look at a quiet time for the rest of his life, although I think that will not be happening for him. But you have to be fortunate enough to have lived this long and done the many good things that you have done. So Biden should look back at his career and take the good with the bad, because not everything was perfect. But just keep in mind that you were not the lowest ranking president in the world in history. Donald Trump was way behind you, so you can smile about that. You can congratulate yourself as having a good life and living through some of the terrible experiences that you had. You are a great man. Not many people have had the misfortune that you had and stood up and created a great career like you did. So I congratulate you, Joe Biden, for surviving all the terrible things that happened in your career, in your life, not your career, in your life, and rising above them. That shows a fortitude that many in this country should recognize and be thankful that we had you around at some difficult times. So I wish you a happy retirement, and I hope that the American public appreciates the work that you did. And I think that's enough for today. Have a great day. I'll see you in the morning. Bye.